Well, I think you just had Mike in here. I would imagine that if either of us was told before the game that, we were going to shoot 33 threes, more than them, that they were going to get to the free throw line more, that we were going to have more turnovers, I think he would have said, I'll take that. This felt like a Washington kind of game that we were just struggling to play in versus us being in control. I mean, credit them, they're really good at what they do, and we weren't able to kind of make it a Cal type of game as much as we wanted to. I thought our players fought to hang in there a number of different times. This is a different kind of game. They had 5 people standing in the paint. We knew it was going to happen, and I knew it was going to happen, but they can't know what it's like until they've experienced it. So my hope is that we can, with the youth that we have, understand that each situation is an opportunity to grow and learn from it. We just, in the course of that, want to be fighting and clawing to be the team that plays the hardest and that does some things now on the fly while we're learning. And I didn't think we quite did that today, but we'll be ready to go on Tuesday.
Speaking of that barrage of threes, actually came out right away, hot shooting. Even in the second half, she came out right away. How did you guys prepare for her, and was she able to, she was open.
Sorry, who were you talking about?
Actually,
oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we knew she was a good shooter. I mean, she's shooting the highest three-point percentage on their team, which is saying a lot when you have Kelsey Plum and, Talia Walton. Too many easy looks in transition. I mean, we were trying to get into a zone. I was, afraid of the matchups man-to-man wise. I was afraid of how well they pick you apart and get open looks in their man. So we started out in a zone and just had a really hard time finding any of them in transition quickly enough and kind of gave them a cushion.
See the game on Friday, but I watched it and I watched you guys on the road. And even though you lost, you seemed to even play more focused this weekend, even in this game. And there seemed to be, some improvement and growth. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you improved from the LA road trip to this week?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we have a group that continues to really stay together and to stay with me. I just need to yell at them like 5 times a day to get them to do that. But it's not for a lack of, I really do think they all want to be good and we want to be good together and they want to hear hard things and get better from them. So there's been a continual commitment to that. Obviously it's nice to be at home. I thought we had a good week of practice, a hard week of practice, and I thought they've come out and responded. What we need to learn and understand is that it's not just us against nobody. Right? That in addition to kind of being a certain way all the time, the way we do shoot around, the way we approach practice, the way we handle pregame, everything, doing that at the highest level just gives you a chance to be in games. Because then you've got, Washington coming in with 19 million shooters on the floor, or you've got Washington State coming in with a crazy matchup zone, right? So I think it's us realizing this is how it should feel all the time, the commitment level and the way we need to approach things, and then there's hard things thrown at you, and then you have a chance to win. So I did like our demeanor and our approach in both games, but we're not a program that's happy to split or something. But it was nice to be at home and battle.
Asha, the last game you had, I think it was 6 points, 10 assists, and 14 turnovers. Tonight you had 22 points, 6 assists. So today you're much more aggressive in terms of your scoring. Can you talk a little bit about just what maybe you saw on the floor tonight that maybe made you more aggressive in terms of scoring the ball versus the last game was more facilitator type role? Just what makes you kind of play those 2 different games differently? Just what did you see tonight that was different than
definitely? I definitely need to be more aggressive. I need to put points on the board for my team. But the coaches were just telling me they're gonna give you open looks, so just be ready to knock them down. And I've been working on that, building my confidence back up, and just seeing the opening that I can create or my teammates create for me.
When you said you need to build your confidence back, talk a little bit about why it dipped, you think, and what you did to build it back up.
I have no clue, but I believe it did drop. It's just a slump that I went in, and I picked myself up. My teammates, coaches, they picked myself back up and kept going.
I knew she was going to make shots today. I said 5. I told her shoot around before the game, you're going to make 5. She made 6, so she always has to be one better. But we knew she was going to make shots today. They're going to give us open threes, and she's a great three-point shooter and continues to learn on the fly because she's so coachable.
any sort of extra juices going into Stanford on Tuesday? It was a rivalry game and stuff, but also just another kind of just a tough Pac-12 road. I mean, what's kind of the mindset of the game? Is it just another kind of tough road test for you? Is there an extra kind of edge as a rival? What's the mindset going into that game?
I don't think I will ever be the coach at the University of California and say that it's just another game. We are playing Stanford. It's a big game, regardless, of what sport it is. And in women's basketball, not only are they Stanford, our Bay Area rival, but they're one of the best programs in the history of women's college basketball. So it's not just any other game. I don't want our players to think it's just every game matters, but no, we're gonna be ready. It's a special game.
Courtney, you guys hung on, along with them for most of the game until the last few minutes there. What do you think happened there at the end?
The biggest thing, what we talked about, is taking care of the ball, turnovers. We got to cut down on that, and we will. It's going to be it's a process, but I feel like turnovers is what hurt us the most.
Coach Neighbors said that in his time coaching, he has never prepared more for a freshman than he did for Christine. Anyway, he said that their goal was to make sure that she was crowded and didn't the whole game. Can you talk a little bit about that and how teams have been really focused?
Yeah. It was really crowded the whole game. I mean, they executed their game plan. We knew it was coming. And it takes time to learn how to handle that, not just Christine, but the whole team. I mean, I've heard him, Mike and I are friends. I've also heard him speak at clinics. Like, he has a defense where it's called 51 is this many feet in the paint, and 50 something. It's like they were going to be 10 feet in the paint the entire game, and he probably had some number that they have to hit 15 threes for us to get out of it. Literally the last minute of the game, I heard him saying no threes. So maybe the number was 12, and then he finally said no threes. But, he's going to stick to a game plan and understand that, they're going to try and take away one of our strengths. I think they did it with Rashonda. I'm sure had he been the coach 10 years ago, they would have done it with Devontae Hampton, and I think it's a process for our team to understand that teams are going to do different game plans, and we have to maintain our same aggressiveness, even if that means, hey, AT, be ready to shoot a lot of threes, or hey, AT, be ready to distribute because there's going to be one-on-one in the post. I actually think we shot a high enough percentage from three to win the game. We shot 36% from three. I think the issue, and because we're all young, it never felt quite like we were in rhythm, that we never sort of had control of, okay, we're going to get this look or we're going to get that look, and I think that's a growing process. But they had a game plan. They did it well. We have enough pieces on this team to be able to win games if people are going to try to take away one player. To me, it comes down to other things like grabbing rebounds or getting stops on defense.
On Friday, you talked about how the matchup zone was difficult for your team because they're so young and they're not yet at the stage where they can just go through all their looks, to see, okay, that's not there, what do we do next, go through. Is that the challenge in every game, like in terms of like they know their set plays, but then when that's taken away, they don't always have the next step in mind? I mean,
I would say the two people most comfortable on Friday night in the matchup zone were AT and Christine because it's just like playing in space, But I think everybody's in a little bit of a different role, and everybody, on this team, has to understand that each team is going to present unique challenges, but we have to have a certain level of what we do well and then add the scouting report to help us. I think that's where we're a little bit behind. I mean, I have to take longer in shoot-arounds and prep days to sort of teach them things. I have to cut down. I don't feel like we're quite as sharp as what we need to be with being able to combine the principles of Cal basketball with like whatever the scout is, and that is something we will get better at. It's positive because it's not a talent issue, it's not an effort issue, it's a little bit of a focus issue, and it's an inexperience issue. And I think as we continue to grow, again, Michaela and Gabby and Courtney tend to have a lot bigger of a clue what's going on scouting report-wise because they've gone through it before, and now we're asking them to take 3 steps, do it, and make plays. The freshmen are just kind of learning that stuff. So yes, I think second time around in conference, when we see people a second time, it'll be better. And I think it's something that while we should expect to win games while we're young and through that, it's something that where we can improve.